We're going to get into some news today. Something new for yous. And, Har, what's up?
Hey y'all.
What up? And
Hey y'all.
yes.
Live on PBT. Welcome to PeanutButter&Triggered. I'm Scott, joined by my guy.
Jace, what's up?
And
What's up, people? It's your boy Neb.
hey y'all, it's so great to see you. We are talking about news. We got a new segment for you, and Hereditary, and a little Halloween, Resident Evil 2 talk. There's a lot of horror.
God.
Not horror.
That's how
Horror.
I say it. It's my regional dialect.
Wham.
Yeah.
First off, we're going to talk about news. First off, have you guys seen all the Anthem stuff?
No.
I know. Like Blue Cross Blue Shield?
Yeah, exactly. Blue Cross Blue Shield Anthem.
No, do tell.
In my wallet.
1 second, I'm going to turn myself up.
How dare you?
Oh, God.
Much better, I think. Yeah, there you go. Much better. Okay. Well, Anthem, that EA beta, to no one's surprise, EA had a shitty launch of a demo. It went terrible, and they're like, everyone gets in who pre-orders, and you get a VIP beta. And then it was offline for the first, 20 hours. It was open.
And all I got was a shitty canvas bag.
Yeah.
Bastards.
God, Fallout 76 is just a mess. But yeah. This is a
I
good
love
one.
that sound.
Sorry.
I'm going to get that on a drop.
I took notes and I couldn't remember exactly what I put.
Well, thank God
Battlefield,
for those notes.
Battlefield 2. You guys know Count Dooku, how he gets his head cut off?
Yeah.
You remember that? In Star Wars, you don't remember that?
He gets his
Maybe.
hands chopped off and then will
In
bow.
his head.
Is he It's a trap guy?
No. You don't know Star Wars at all?
Oh, dude.
It's
terrible.
Is that Samuel L.
I feel
Jackson?
like I sound weird.
No, it's the guy from Lord of the Rings.
Anyway,
The old white dude.
it's Christopher Lee.
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Well, in the movie, he gets his head cut off, and so they actually... I feel like I sound really weird. Whatever.
You're fine. We're live.
Yeah, I know. In the movie, he gets his head cut off, and now they're already modding it, so he walks around with his head cut off, like in the game.
What game is this?
Battlefront 2.
Oh.
Did I say Battlefield? Sorry,
Yeah.
Battlefront.
Yeah,
Battlefront
that's
2.
why I was confused. I was like, what does that have to do with Star Wars?
Yeah, that would make sense.
This is World War II.
Yeah, so I thought that was kind of some funny news. As you brought up, Resident Evil 2 already just announced a new DLC that's
Yeah, I
free.
brought that up before the show started.
Yeah, you want to tell the people about it?
Sure. Yeah, it's called Ghost Survivors. It's going to be a Valentine's Day special DLC. So for those of you who followed the Resident Evil lore pretty closely, basically there's like a few characters that you come across in like notes and like different sort of like journal entries. You get to actually play as those characters. So it's just an extra treat. Do enjoy.
Is that the one with Hunk in it?
Yeah.
No, that's actually already in the game, I think.
No, are you talking about, is that the game with Hunk in it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Resident
saying,
Evil
is that
2.
part of the DLC?
Oh,
is
no.
No, I think Hulk's already in the game.
The gun shop owner, the daughter, and
Kendo?
yeah, and I can't remember who else.
You get to play as... Oh, God, Sherry. That'd be a terrible download.
No, I don't think it's Sherry. They didn't specify which daughter you were going to play as.
I'm excited for that
But
because...
the gun shop owner should be awesome. What if
Yeah, I
it
know.
like, comes
You get a
straight out the
crossbow,
gates with
right?
a lightning hawk or something?
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
Just fuck people up.
Yep.
But yeah, that looks pretty cool. Some Kingdom Hearts news. Everyone's favorite. Well,
Erica can't see Jose.
Uh-oh, we can't see
Oh,
you,
no.
Jose.
Oh, Lord.
Lean
It's
in.
all right.
Oh, no, I'll turn it. 1 second.
Fella.
Oh, good
It's all
God.
just me. It's a wide load.
The wide load.
Watch yourself, big girl.
I said that on the road the other day with
You
roadway.
you go.
It should come out. I was like, watch yourself, big girl.
Now I can see you, Jose. Anyway, GameStop, admittedly, they said they sold too many of the special edition PlayStation 4s for Kingdom Hearts, so they had to cancel a whole bunch of orders. But they did give $25 credit towards any GameStop junk. Probably only used shit.
It's $25 credit that reduces by 20% every month.
Yeah.
So quickly depreciate
Poor old GameStop. When do you guys think they're going to go out of business?
soon.
Like next year or something?
Didn't like AT&T invest in a bunch of GameStop locations? So I
No,
think
I think it was Cricket. Well, it's
no.
Either way.
So I guess there's like an indirect company that owns all of them. They own like all the Spring Mobiles, which are like AT&T run, or they're not AT&T run. They sell
Spring
like
Mobile.
yeah. And then they own Cricket and GameStop, So I think they just ended up purchasing them. So whatever.
Like GameStop?
What do you mean?
They purchased GameStop, is that what you said?
That's what was in the news. They're working on a big.
I did hear
purchase.
that there's a big purchase coming and what it meant. I think GameStop's. If you go into a GameStop, like half the store is stupid merch now.
It's ma'am.
It's ma'am.
You seen that?
Yeah, I did.
I highly recommend you
You know
go.
she's a rapper?
Tight.
Yeah. She's
What?
I forgot what
What's
her
a
name
rapper
is.
name?
Oh.
Oh gosh, I remember I watched the interview
Lil
and she
Ma'am.
said what her name was, and she did a little
Little freestyle.
Well,
freestyle.
the only video they have that you can find is her before she transitioned. So she just looks like she's got like super baggy clothes on and stuff. So like I haven't seen her rap with her new life.
I didn't even get to see that rap.
What would be your rap name if you had one?
Big
Neb?
Boy Bittingham. That's my MySpace handle back in the day.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be something like Lil Nebby or something.
Lil Nubby.
Big Boy Bittingham.
What would be
Dude,
yours?
the cool thing about that last name Ham, I spelled it Hamm, like John Ham. I didn't even know who John Ham was. And this chick I was talking to for like 3 months, and when I was in 11th grade, she was like, "I like your name, Ben Ham." I was like, "That's not my name." She's like, "What?" It's like, "Yeah, my last
you
name's Wald."
Baldy.
I'd probably be White Man Watkins.
White Man Watkins. Wow, that's gonna sell a lot
Also,
of
it's Ku
records.
Klux Klan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess that's probably not good.
White Man Watkins.
WMW.
Yeah, that'd be better. Woo, woo, woo.
What the way?
Meow, meow.
Apple might be opening its own gaming subscription service. They said akin to Netflix.
Apple.
So, wow. Now you can play Angry Birds over and over again.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah.
I like that game.
Do you guys think that there's going to eventually be a new console from someone? Who was talking about it? Amazon and Google?
Yeah.
And Apple now?
Google will be the first.
You think?
Wait, they're talking about a console, or I thought it was just a gaming service.
They
like-
are, but
like
there's always
Netflix.
been like rumors, and they're already kind of in that game when it comes to the Apple TV has its own games and shit.
Google's the most widespread with just overall technology. Like they branch into everything that's current tech, so I think they would definitely be the first.
Google's the same way, man.
And Google's already
Is
doing
it?
cloud gaming.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Apple.
No, Google. I think Apple would do more of like a streaming platform, not like a full-on console.
I could see that. 100%.
Well, sorry, I wasn't listening to you. I feel bad.
That's
No
okay.
worries.
Neb. That reminds me of something that happened to my brother in his anatomy and physiology class. There was one time this teacher was being like super nice, and you know, like when somebody's not paying attention, it's very easy to like lose your temper and be angry at somebody that's really stupid.
Yeah, it happens
Okay.
to me and Ben all the time.
So this is a community college, everybody. This isn't like a university, so there's plenty of dumb people.
There you. They're
No,
trying.
no offense. But anyways, so she took like a cross section of a kidney and she was showing it on this like giant overhead projector. She's like, "All right, class, this is a kidney. Now keep in mind, you do have two of them. This is a cross section of one kidney." She goes on to explain what the kidney does, and somebody like raises their hand. Miss Gonzalez,
That's good song.
correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe you have two of those. And then she's like, "Wow, that is a good point." Did everybody hear that? And then, like, I totally expected my brother, like, when he was telling me the story, that, like, she was just going to rip this person a new one. She's like, "Yeah, that's true. Very observant. There are two of those. Great." And then she goes on to explain why you need two at that point.
Fuck yeah.
That's what I felt like I just did to you with the whole Google thing.
Well, community colleges is where university professors go to get beat down.
Yeah.
So she probably,
They
by
gotta
the time
earn
she
their
finally
stripes.
becomes a university professor, she's like, "God, I hate people." And that's why you have university professors are terrible. Erica says, "Yeah, Scott Watkins, attorney at law. So this is kind of an inside joke with me and my buddies. Back in the day, I used to go, I thought it'd be hilarious if there's attorney at laws carried guns, and they went, 'Freeze, attorney at law!'" I don't know why I thought that was funny for a long time, but yeah. So I was always Scott Watkins, attorney at law.
Yeah. Nice.
That lip smack to let us know it's done. Moving on.
Yeah, that's
It's like
verbal punctuation. I love
So
it.
our next segment, the PDW. What are you playing, doing, and watching?
Man, do we always have to start with me? That's
Yeah.
all right.
Clockwise.
It's always like this.
All right. Well, then I'll be.
And then
much
at the end, Ben
more
asks
prepared.
me what I'm doing, kind of like that's what I
Sure,
answer.
yeah. I'm watching True Detective still. I think we're on like episode 3 or 4 now. Did you just dab?
Ben Dab.
my
You was
new
talking
thing
about
at
True
work.
Detective all day today, weren't you?
No.
thought you said, "Oh, it's so good, bro. It's so good."
The first season, I said I haven't seen the third.
Oh, okay.
Oh
Second
man,
one
The
sucked.
first
You're in
season's
for a
really good.
treat.
I haven't seen the second or third.
So I would say that like season 3 so far is just as good as like season 1. Like we're gonna go ahead and throw season 2 out the window, right? Because it sucked ass. I talked about
You didn't even watch it. He's like, he got offended. He hasn't even watched the second
No,
season.
we literally like brushed our feet.
Playing
at the same
footsies.
time. Yep.
So it's a really captivating story, and I think it's about to take a really weird turn. Just from what's going on now. As far as music is concerned, I want to say
Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah, there's this new Machine Gun Kelly joint that Nev turned me on to.
Come on. No. Hey, real talk. Do you like A$AP Rock?
No.
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 Have you ever heard him?
Yeah, I don't.
Okay, go ahead.
Why? What were you gonna say?
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
Well,
I don't want to argue today. This is positive.
All right.
He's trying to be more positive.
Um.
Aren't you on like a sober bender? Is that why? No. He's not.
Goober.
You're on a bender, and it happens to be the opposite of what a bender is.
He's on the sober bender.
Yeah, you can't have a sober bender. I'm doing so good.
I can't take this anymore.
I'm bored.
Playing, doing, and watch. I'm not really playing any new video games. I'm going to go buy Resident Evil 2 as soon as we're done with this. Just because it came out yesterday, right?
From Best Buy?
Wow.
I don't know where I'm going to buy it. Probably.
From Best Buy? Why does it matter where you purchase it from?
I was
Yeah.
trying to think where you're going to go that late. I guess it's not that late, huh?
No.
It's 8:08. I see it right there. Okay.
And heartbreaks. And then that's it, man. I'm not even really watching any new TV. I'm basically just currently in the middle of Good Place Season 3 and True Detective. You heard? But we'll talk about this a little later. I did watch a really captivating documentary.
And we're going to definitely talk about
Is
it.
it scary?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, kind of. We talked about it already, Ben. You watch it too.
I did?
Yeah. What are you planning doing watching?
Oh, wow. I am playing through Neo again to prepare myself for the parry
Really?
system in Sekiro.
Oh, yeah.
What did you say?
Neo.
For what?
So I can prepare myself for the parry system in Sekiro.
Okay.
Because Sekiro is going to be very heavily...
It's going to be difficult.
Yeah.
It's going to be like Dance Dance Revolution, but
Neo
of parries.
is close because you have the key pulse. So you attack, and then you get your key back.
So for people who don't know what he's talking about, there's in these Souls-like games, there's always kind of a interesting system. In Bloodborne, you had a system where if you took damage, if you quickly dealt damage, you'd get the health back.
Rebound.
In Neo, it was really weird. You explain Neo because you know better than I.
Neo, you have something called Ki, and Ki basically directly relates to your stamina. So if I do like 3 hits, and I'm always a strength build, so I have an axe, it takes out a lot of my stamina. As soon as I'm about to peak for my recharge to start, if I hit R1, it's called a key pulse, and it immediately refills the bar.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a parry system, but it's different.
It's definitely not easy.
But
It
I read
takes
2
some-
articles that said that was the closest you're going to get for people who played Sekiro.
Yeah.
That said that this would be the closest way to prepare. So yeah, I'm going through kind of one of my OP builds and just going through some of the later levels again. I just started last night what I think is going to be one of the next greatest shows. It is a show called Kingdom.
Oh, yeah.
It is, from what I gather so far, this is like Korean Game of Thrones. It is amazing. The cinematography's dope.
It's like a zombie apocalypse in Korea.
But
yeah, dude.
it's like zombies in feudal Japan or Korea.
It looks like Japan. When I saw it,
that's what I thought,
katanas and
too.
It's
stuff.
like spot on. Like the locations, everything looks really good. They got really good Korean actors, from what I read. I don't know Korean acting that much, but I heard all the people that they got solid. One of the people acted in it was a big American movie. I can't remember which one, but
The Matrix.
Crazy Rich Asians.
that's it. I
Fresh off
watched
the
the
boat.
first episode, and the thing that I like is it's really unique for so far the explanation of the zombies. It's not just some disease, and it's really, really neat. I liked that you barely even saw the zombies yet. They built drama. There's a lot, just like season 1 of Game of Thrones. There's a lot of people, a lot of conspiracies and stuff going on. People being super shady. I was completely hooked.
And katanas and zombies. That's dope.
Well,
Yeah.
What network is this on?
It's Netflix.
Dude, it dude, you sent
Probably
me the
gonna start that
trailer, and
tonight.
the end of the trailer, it was like January 25th. I was like, shit, that's today. I can
Dude.
just go watch the whole series.
So it's all subtitled, and that's already every time I told a bunch of people at work today, and they were
fuck,
like,
I can't read.
"Oh, oh God, I have to read and watch TV. Like, come on, it's okay. You'll get over it.
You got to realize a lot of people we work with aren't particularly intelligent.
How dare you? They may hear that. I do
Shout
not
out.
stand by his comments. But it's subtitled. What was I getting to with the subtitles? Oh, so my girlfriend came home and I showed her the trailer the night before. She's like, you can watch that without me. Don't really care to see it. I'm not really into zombie stuff. She comes in halfway through, starts watching it. She's like, can you catch me up on what's going on in earlier? And liked it at the end. So I think everyone should give it a watch. I'm excited. It's a pretty short season, too.
I didn't even pay attention to the release date. I saw it on YouTube not too long ago, and I was like, oh, I'm definitely going to catch that. I had no idea it was already out.
Yeah.
The thing about Netflix with like their like grand releases on trailers, I had no idea that they release them so fast after they reveal what it is.
I feel like Netflix doesn't even need advertising almost. It's like, dude, it comes on, it's one of the 5 main shows, and you're like, wow, that looks cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
I'll watch it the first few minutes, and if it's got me, or the first like 30 seconds of the automated trailer.
Yeah, yeah.
And if I like it, I'm like, cool, let's watch.
Yeah.
Cool. Because we watch like Netflix all the time, all of us, pretty much everybody. I don't even have cable anymore. Me and my wife were talking a lot about, like, dude, should we get rid of cable or not? And she likes some shows on cable, but to be honest with you, I forgot that we even got rid of cable.
I haven't had cable since I was like 22.
Yeah, we got Nintendo for $25. If there's any sports, I can watch sports, or that's basically all I watch on TV.
That's a luxury that I don't have, being a Trailblazers fan.
Why, they doesn't show it on TV?
No, Comcast has a
rights thing.
Yeah. So you have to have Comcast to watch any Trailblazers game.
Monopoly, right?
Triggered.
What are you playing, Scott?
That's our new transition.
Playing through Dark Souls 1. So I'm pretty deep. I just got to the Painted World of Artemis. Is that what it is?
Arendelle. Wait, no.
What?
It's not. I'm thinking the DLC from Dark Souls 3.
Oh, yeah.
That's
the Painted World of Artemis, I think it's called.
It's been a long time since I've played.
Yeah, so that's pretty crazy. Which is a lot of fun going back, because I feel like I'm way better at Dark Souls this time than I was when I played it originally. Because when I played Dark Souls the first time, I had only played Demon Souls before that. And now I've beat Dark Souls 2, beat Dark Souls 3, beat Bloodborne. And so now I feel like it's much easier now. And it's a lot of fun. So I'm playing through that. I'm excited to get to the Artorias DLC. Me and my wife are still watching The Great British Baker.
Baker.
The Great British Baking Show.
Every time I say that.
He just says shit wrong.
Every time he says that, I think about when you made fun of him. He's like, I just picture this big fat guy now. This British fat guy that just bakes really well.
I got cake.
We just started watching that Ted Bundy documentary. We watched
the Bundy tapes.
So that's pretty controversial because they're painting him out to be this, like, they're romanticizing him to be like this, like, sex symbol. But like back in the early 80s, late 70s, he kind of was that. He used a lot of charm.
Dude, he has a unibrow. What the fuck, right?
Well, dude, if you look at pictures of him in the first season, it's like, dang, that guy just murdered all these people.
You just never know that it
would
have been him.
That's why he's such a good sociopath. Yeah. Oh yeah. Like a lot of people.
So, do you recommend it?
Codes, our guy Codes, highly recommends it. He watched the whole thing and he said it's like amazing.
But he also thought World War Z was good, so can we trust him? Yeah, Turkey.
He's really into like true crime stuff though.
Very
so
much
that's his thing.
A lot of us at the store are. There's quite a few true crime folks.
Yeah, he's like really into it. He listens to the podcasts, the murder podcasts and stuff like that.
Dozy's pretty into it too. I don't think he listens to podcasts about it, but he's usually on it. Even though Codes was on Innocent Man, I don't think Dozy has even picked that one up yet. That's also really good, by the way. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
One I forgot. The Versace murder story, the American crime story.
I
still need to watch that. I've heard it's
super
good.
The
acting, I guess the makeup is just spot on.
It's crazy how creepy the Andrew Camino, I think was his name.
I don't know.
Dude, total psycho, and like they paint him so well in that for you to believe everything that happened.
Jesus.
So that's pretty entertaining too. Very suspenseful.
Yeah.
Suspenseful?
Yeah.
Suspenseful.
Cool. And then Resident Evil 2, which
what are your first impressions?
Really good. It's interesting. I was talking to Thodes actually, and he said the same thing. How I felt is it really did make you feel like Resident Evil 2 made you feel, because Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 1 from back in the day was really sketchy because you had that weird camera angle, so you couldn't see what was coming up, and it's the same thing. They just do it with darkness. So you have a flashlight. I was telling him that there's this one part where you walk up and there's C4 on the wall, and you're like, what the heck? Why is there C4 on the wall? And you turn around, you open the note, and this guy talks about how he was basically kind of a janitor, and after the shit hit the fan, everyone treated him like shit, and he murdered everyone. He killed everyone. He made them kill each other, actually, in this like little cage. And so he said he was going to blow everybody up, and so that's why the C4 is there. But of course, there's a quest item in there. You need to get in there. And so it's pitch dark. It's like in an attic. It's really sketchy. So you blow it up, and of course you hear like a scream, and you're like, oh shit, there's something that's got to come as soon as I pull this medallion off the wall.
Is it Marvin?
Yeah.
Oh,
no,
nice.
I'm just kidding. It's not. It's actually it's a liquor. And so you go up, and you're like, I was lit my flashlight. My wife was actually watching me play, and I'm like going back and forth, and then the liquor jumped off the wall and attacked me, and I didn't see it at all. My wife's like, dude, it was right there. You didn't see it on the wall? I was like, no. I was looking for it. I was.
You're focused so much on like where
looking
your
for
flashlight
it.
is.
Yeah.
Dude, side note, AC gave you shit the other day when you walked out of the room because he's like, man, Scotty, every time he says something, he says, my wife. I was like, okay. He's like, every sentence out of the guy's mouth. My wife. My wife.
Does he expect her to just say Erica?
What's he expect?
Why are you going to Robert De Niro whenever you do AC, by the way? Did you see that? Look at his face.
Hey, my wife. Can't do the AC.
Hey, dudes.
Come on, Pam.
Dudes.
It's my wife.
Not today, fam.
I just thought that was funny. I was like, what a weird thing.
He's been giving me a lot of shit. He's been giving me shit because my bag's open lately. Like, he's like, bro, I can just see it in all your shit. And I'm like, dude, there's like a charger and an Apple Watch in there. Like, who gives a shit if you can see in the bag?
That guy is my favorite comedian of all time.
You know what the funny thing is? He never tries to be funny, but he's hilarious.
He is very funny.
He gets mad at you for thinking he's funny. What's so funny about that? Why is my business your business?
And then it becomes more funny.
This face. The other day, we both helped somewhere at another location. I was like, hey, you guys, check this out. I'm going to piss this guy off with the smallest thing. And he walked the door, and all I did was go, because that's his noise. And he goes, I was like, yeah, I told you.
But,
sorry.
You're fine. No, I've really enjoyed it. I think the combat's really good. It has that perfect survival horror balance where you're like, you have like 8 bullets left, and you're like, shit. Like,
you know, one thing I noticed on the gameplay is like in previous Resident Evils, if you get a headshot on somebody, you're gonna take them down pretty easily.
Yeah,
these zombies will actually take like
they take anywhere from like 3 to 8 headshots.
Yeah.
So sometimes you just blow their head right off. Other times you shoot them a bunch. There's also crafting now, so you get like different kinds of gunpowder, and I never know.
They had that in the original.
Yeah, for sure. But this is, I feel there's a lot more. Like you rarely find pistol ammo.
Oh, it's more than just like the 3, like the freezing, the
herbs.
Oh, you're talking about the grenade launcher stuff.
Yeah, that's
I haven't done that yet because I'm playing Leon's side, and that's a Claire thing.
Say Leon again?
Leon?
He said Leon. He didn't say it. It was like a French twist.
Leon.
Do you know Leon?
My name is Scotty. I played as Leon.
Scotty doo.
Scotty doo.
But yeah, so...
He did not think that was funny. Look at his face.
He's trying to...
He hated it. Look at it.
You've triggered me in all the wrong places. How dare you make me French?
Leon.
I'm American. Queer.
Yeah. Yeah, really good. You should definitely get it. Ben, I know, is not going to get it. I know you're going to get it.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll let you borrow it, Ben, after.
Neb?
Because I'm waiting for Nemesis.
I'm waiting.
You're going to wait like 5 years for Nemesis? Why?
Fuck yeah.
Ugh.
It makes it so mad.
It kind of makes me mad. Like, why wait? Like, why miss out on a good game just to wait for another good game?
I watched most of the cutscenes already, so I feel like I've pieced it together.
I'm not too excited
You've played the entire game before, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's all about the journey, dude.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Like, I'm thinking about playing Sekiro, but I probably won't play Sekiro. I'm more excited about Sekiro 2. Wait for that.
That's fucking dumb. This isn't a sequel. This isn't a remake. Sekiro is stamping new ground.
This is it too. Like, it feels way different.
Sequel, you're plotting new ground. You're breaking new ground.
There you go.
That's the one stamping. You're just
You're stamping things.
New ground. It says new ground. You guys are awesome. Oh, there it is. My cue. Stop.
All right, what's next on the agenda?
The new segment. It's called the 10 and 20.
Oh,
so for listeners,
news for you.
Every month, if people enjoy it, we're going to do it. I call it the 10 and the 20. We're going to look at games that came out 10 years ago and movies that came out 20 years ago in this month. And I thought it'd be kind of cool, and interesting. A few games that came out
excited. Look at him. Look at
10 years ago. I think the movies will be funnier. Bigfoot Collision Course came out on the Nintendo DS 10 years ago.
Definitely played that one.
Very exciting. Mirror's Edge came out 10 years ago. Saints Row 2 came out 10 years
I like
ago.
that one.
And then also...
Never played one of them.
Really? It's like Grand Theft Auto.
Sorry.
It's like Grand Theft Auto. If Grand Theft Auto was made by like people who just want you to have fun and don't care about
I was
realism.
going to say, it was way more over the top than Grand Theft Auto.
Mm-hmm. And then Skate 2 came out 10
That
years
was a good
ago.
one.
Yeah.
Skate was a game changer.
Yeah. Skate
It
3 and
was
Skate
good.
2 were both really
I liked
good.
it,
What was
but
the second one?
the
Oh,
mechanics
Razor's
pissed
Edge.
me off. Like the whole like
It was supposed to be like
pro
real
stick.
skateboarding.
I know,
That
dude.
was so dope.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
like
except you're doing like a
physics.
1080 off a little tiny ledge.
No, there is no way you're doing a 1080 off a little tiny ledge. You ever play skate?
Yeah, I just do 1080s over and over again.
You're full of shit. You can barely do a 360 in that game. So don't lie.
No, if you went slow-mo, when you kicked up into the thumbstick, I always remember your board's like, thump, thump, thump.
That wasn't in the later games though. That wasn't in. That
Maybe it was
wasn't-
Skate 3.
Yeah, I only played the first two.
Oh, maybe it was Skate 3.
I didn't play Bigfoot Collision Course. Did you really did play that game, Neb?
Oh,
He
I've
played it a
never
lot.
Heard of it.
I was gonna
Sounds
say-
dope, though.
I'm just kidding.
I'd buy
That
it.
was just one I thought sounded really funny. There was
Oh.
a ton of games that came out, but I mean, there's a decent
I'm
amount.
gonna
I guess.
Google it.
Yeah, good.
What came out 20 years ago? There's a couple heaters here. Boondock Saints.
Good.
20 years
I thought it was
ago.
overrated though. Honestly,
For sure.
Yeah.
It's a little
Kinda
overrated, but it's still
kinda
good.
corny.
You have to really like going down to Boston a lot.
That's not even in that movie. That's in The Departed.
Yeah, but you know
I feel
what?
like it's in that
Oddly
movie,
enough,
too.
I don't think it is, but oddly enough, I feel like that's all that played in that movie, and it probably wasn't even in it.
Yeah, I know. The part where they actually shoot the cat is one of the best things ever.
This game's just a Monster Jam thing.
Oh,
the Bigfoot the monster truck.
Oh, I was thinking like
It was a Wii game. Oh lord.
this was a DS
Oh,
one,
it's
the one I
weakness.
saw. But
Look.
There's
I was
the DS
expecting
one.
like Sasquatches driving
I was thinking the same
demolition
thing when I
cars.
saw it. I was
Oddly
thinking the
enough,
exact same thing.
I would expect Scott to like it. I picture you liking monster trucks.
I did
for
work
some
2
reason.
monster truck rallies, but
Yeah,
it's
it's
not
for sure like monster trucks.
it's not because I like the monster trucks.
I feel like you just had an endless supply of Mountain Dew and nacho cheese and just loved watching monster trucks.
Went to monster trucks.
I have a-
Grave Digger.
I have an interesting story. Gravedigger was there, by the way, when I did that. When I
Did you
worked,
see how I crushed the car?
no, I didn't care about that. But when I worked the monster truck rally, I got to hear the drivers' radios, and I got to hear them talking to the drivers,
Did they do it all like that CB chatter?
kinda. And I had these
Imagine
big
Big
headsets
Pappy.
on, but it was cool because they acted like it was a big competition, but it wasn't at all.
Yeah.
Like, and I always remember. So
all, like,
they had 4
choreographed.
monster trucks here, only 4. It wasn't many.
What else do you call it?
And 3 of the monster trucks are broken down. And so people are like, there's all these rednecks who watch motorcycles drive around for an hour and they're like, come on, I want Bigfoot! They're getting mad. Like, literally the crowd's booing at this point. And I always remember the guy came over and he's like, all right. So it was the one that's a dog. It has like the ears.
No.
There's a monster truck that has ears.
It's the thing from Dumb and Dumber.
I was gonna say it's a
That's,
Mutt Cuts
imagine
van.
that.
Big wheel.
And I always remember like, all right,
I
send me-
traded it for the van straight up. I get 70 miles a gallon on this hog.
You go completely redeem yourself. But the guy's just like, all right, send him out and break it. That's what he said to this guy. And this dude destroyed his truck. He broke his axle. But everyone's like, yeah, as he's rolling
Does
this
love
truck.
this.
Yeah.
You
Dude,
do.
it was dope.
You secretly do love it.
I don't actually
Yeah.
like the monster trucks.
Oh my god. No, he's pointing at your gigantic boner about talking about this.
yeah.
Dude, I hate all that shit. I hate motocross. I used to flag races. Ugh.
Honestly,
Oh,
like,
I knew you would do
if
that.
I'm being 100% honest,
$100 a
I'm
day.
like,
Yeah,
I wouldn't pay to go see the monster truck. But when you're on ground floor and you're watching this dude break literally this giant machine, it was really cool. Dude, the wheel was almost broken off.
Yeah.
Dude, when I used to flag motorcycle races,
How'd you flag? Oh. He did this at first.
well, I was confined. This guy flipped over. He like landed on his front wheel and flipped over, and I was flagging the hill, and he's like, "Ah! Oh my god! Oh my god!" I was like, "What a puss!" And they come over and they cut his pants off, and his femur had shot out.
Oh no.
You saw it?
Just a whole, like a dog toy. I was like, "Oh, I can see why you're in pain." Never mind, sorry. Dude,
You pussy.
it was brutal. I'm like 13 years old. I was like, I shouldn't have seen that shit.
Wow, dang.
Fucked up for a minute.
That's crazy.
And now look at you.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
as you talking about how you're like, he texted me the other day. He's like, bro, I'm messed up. I'm like, what's up, dude? He's like, I went on gore.com, and he's like, I watched like the sixth worst. I think it was sixth.
It was fourth. It was the top 10 most brutal videos of the year. It's called bestgore.com. I do not implore.
I was like, why did you watch this? He's like, yeah, man, I watched this guy get cut up like live. He was like, oh,
it's going to be gory. It's from gore.com.
So my whole thought process was, I was like, if I watch, like, the world's got horrible stuff in it. If I see it and I just accept it, like, it'll toughen me up to the reality.
I was like, what do you have to be tough? What do you have to be tough about?
Yeah, cut up. I don't want to get.
We're not in an apocalypse.
Like, how many?
I'm like, I've seen this. He's just getting chopped up on the street. I'm like, next.
You know what? On that note, I was watching a documentary that we're going to talk about here in a second. Radford sent me this fucked up video.
Same here.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
He's like, I don't care. Everybody has to see this because I saw it. I was like, wait, no, that's terrible.
I texted him. I was like, dude, Radford just sent me this video. He's like, dude, me too.
And then he was talking about it again, like when we were doing our other podcast, Triple Option Shout Out, and I was just like.
So our friend sent us this video. Sorry, our listeners probably have no idea what we're talking about. We're all laughing. First, he sent all of us the video apparently at the same time. Well, sorry, I interrupted you, but
it's all right.
Basically, it's this video of this woman having relations with this kid. Well, teenager.
They were they practicing coitus in public.
And the woods. Long story short, next thing you know, the kid's on his knees and he gets his head basically blown off by a shotgun.
Yeah, point blank.
And I was like, dude, why did he send me this?
And then shot over and over.
Yeah, I was like, why did he send me this?
Unloaded an entire clip on. And you know what? At first I was like, ew, what? Radford must have gotten hacked, right?
It was terrible.
Yeah, it was the girl's dad. You left that out. It was the girl's dad. Her dad was a cop.
Yeah.
And he saw the video.
Like in a South American country.
And he executed this teenage boy when his slut daughter posted it. Like, that's on.
I was like, why did
she got in trouble?
I was like, Jesus. I was like, why did he send me this? So I sent a text to you, and he's like, dude, he sent me that too. And it's funny, he sent you it too.
I totally thought that, like,
everyone that he knows got that.
Maybe.
His mom's like, oh no, sorry. His grandpa's like, what?
He's like, why are you sending me this? This is terrible.
Crazy.
The worst thing on that list, that top 10 list, I couldn't even watch it because I watched that video. I was like, oh, what could number?
I don't even want
be?
you to talk about the top one because it bothered me and I just listened to it. Let's not even talk about it. It's pretty terrible.
Later.
Okay. Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Well, actually, no. Maybe I don't want to know.
It's pretty terrible. Just hearing about it was terrible.
I was made harder and stronger watching it. The worked.
Varsity Blues.
That was tight. I don't want your life.
I say it to my mom all the time whenever she gives me advice. I'm 30. I do not want your life.
Was Varsity Blues the one that Steve Carell made them watch for meetings in the office?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember that?
Billy Bob's dead.
Yeah.
In real life.
He had sex with a bunch of hookers too, right?
Of course.
Oh, wow.
He used to eat out hookers.
Oh, my lord.
Hey. It's called
sorry. He used to pleasure them orally.
He used to go down on Ladies of the Evening.
Jesus.
Ladies of the Evening.
Jawbreaker?
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Movie.
I only saw bits and pieces of it.
It's like a movie about this. They force a girl to eat a jawbreaker and she dies.
A big boy.
Mm-hmm.
I used to think Rose McGowan was so hot. Cool.
Well,
Rose McGowan. I was remembering who that was. She's the one from Charmed, right?
Yeah, and she also dated Marilyn Manson, and she wore that dress that was completely see through to the MTV Music Awards.
Is she the one who's like a vegan now and like super like
Dude, they
PETA?
all are vegan
No,
now.
she has like a. She's like a proponent for the Me Too movement.
Oh, well.
Oh yeah,
she's really
because her and Asia Argento are fighting.
Yeah,
they farted.
That's how you fight, right? I've seen you take a swing on somebody. I heard a giant
Come here,
blast
asshole.
of wind coming from your butt.
Why are you farting? I'm just punching him.
You're just like, yeah.
That's what happens when I punch people.
No matter what he's doing, he makes a fart noise. He'd be like, dude, this dude came up and sliced with a sword.
That's literally insult to injury, if you think about it.
And lastly, She's All That.
Dude,
I like that movie.
Freddie Prinze Jr., he didn't do a lot of acting after. He got really involved with WWE.
Why?
He was one of their head writers.
Oh, that's probably after they left the Attitude Era, though, right?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We got to shout out Raven. She just said she owned both those movies on VHS.
Boom, me too.
Nice.
Not literally.
No, I swear. Wait, I might not have Jawbreaker. I for sure had She's All That because my
was
brother
like a
loved that.
Me Too movement joke. That's what.
Oh.
He said, "Boom, me too."
Nailed it.
But anyway,
I had that, and I had 10 Things I Hate About You.
Wow.
Another classic film in Seattle.
You know what's funny is that Katie and I were talking about this the other day. Like, 10 Things I Hate About You is one of the best rom-coms of all time. And if you showed, like, any millennial now,
They'd be like, ugh.
they'd be like, oh, this kind of sucks. And I don't know why. I thought it was awesome.
Because that one scene will always forever stick in my brain. When, what's the chick who likes Heath Ledger?
Julia Stiles.
Julia Stiles gives the last poem after he's broken her heart. She's like, and the worst part is I don't hate you at all. Not even a little bit, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, that's powerful. As a kid, I was like, I want to feel like that about somebody one day. Cool.
Well, you'll get there, man.
Yeah, maybe someday.
Only in games.
So, yeah, that's basically it. The 10 and the 20.
And that's it. The show's over. See
No,
you guys.
actually,
see you later.
now we get to do the thing. We said everyone should watch a movie, and they watched a movie with us, and I actually had multiple people say, dude, are you guys going to talk about that?
How many do you think watched it?
I know of at least three people who watched the movie because we had recommended it, and they wanted to hear our thoughts on it. This
What
movie's
movie?
Hereditary.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's a serious
What do you
Scotty
think about
came
it?
out. Don't even...
Come on, Scotty. Tell us what you really think.
Scotty literally sends me Hereditary. Meh.
Yeah, I was a loser.
Oh, I'm
just when I
so
saw
mad.
that, too.
I look at Callie. We're laying in bed. I go, hey, we're not friends with Scott anymore. And she was like, oh my God, what happened? I was like, he just sent me Hereditary, ... Meh.
By the way, Callie, that was the correct response.
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
She thought he said something racist. That was her
Almost.
first assumption.
Almost racist.
She was like, I guess
Oh,
he
well,
has
I'll
that
tell
look.
you how I felt, okay? So, we started watching, it's 2 hours long. An hour in, I remember I paused it at basically an hour and like 2 minutes. And they're at a shopping mall, and nothing basically had happened.
It was a slow burn horror movie. It was supposed to build dread and tension, and I don't think any other movie's done better at it. Bottom line.
So there's definitely...
Hold on. Something major happened an hour into it. If they're
Yeah.
already at the shopping mall, you
Thunk.
fool.
Was that before? Oh, yeah, it was after. Well, that had just happened, where they're driving down the road, and totally unexpected, I do declare.
Spoiler alert.
Hey, and
spoiler
on top,
alert.
You
and
already
on
watched
top
it.
of that,
I told the
Well, the people-
on
watcher.
top of that, the little girl like sliced that baby bird's head off after it like flew into the window.
I was like watching it, I was like, wow.
It's gross,
This
dude.
dead mom's body in the
Yeah.
like field of fire. Like the little girl just walks up.
Yeah, there's
That-
tons of stuff that happens
Just
by
the
that
music
point.
score alone.
Scotty, how?
I'm like sitting here
Hold on,
expecting
hold
like
on, wait.
something to come up in the corner or rockets to go off or
Hold
something.
on, I have to get this
It's
off
not
my
Apollo
chest.
13. Bro.
How dare you? How dare you ever say anything of that nature to Hereditary? Thank you for being my rock, Neb.
You got it.
So hour in, the girl's head's knocked off. I was expecting there more to happen and stuff.
What did you want, man?
The scene, the shot of her head with ants all over it, the way the kid reacted when he looks in the rear view. You
And he
tell
never looks in
something's-
the rear view again.
Yeah, he just gets in his bed and lays down. The tension of, the mom's going to find you. You're sitting there, you're like, fuck. It was so well shot and thought out because the camera's focused on the kid. He knows the mom's going to see it. She finds the dead little girl. Ah! And you're like, holy
That was
shit.
pretty crazy when
How
she's screaming.
dare you?
And then like, every now and then he'll just be sitting there and you just hear, which was what she
Yeah,
used to do.
Yeah.
that was awesome.
Yeah.
Bro, that was one of the, I'm telling you, top 5 best horror movies
If you
of all
rewatch
time.
that, you can see subtle shapes of inanimate objects the whole movie, which kind of builds of there being like some sort of presence in that house or with that family the whole time.
I thought the whole idea of it was fucking
I was
cool.
taking notes, and one of my notes is, "At what point is this a horror movie?" Question mark.
Fuck you.
This is literally coming from the pickiest fucking eater I've ever met. The guy got me your
This
opinions.
is me when Scotty said Hereditary. Man, I have my hand on my hip just like Scotty does whenever he eats burritos with peppers in them.
I can't believe this shit's got onions in it.
Yeah.
This is insane.
You guys just go back to that because you
Because
got nothing
it
else.
proves our point that your opinion is slightly skewed in a bad
All right,
direction.
hold up. He also had an opinion on Halloween. What was that?
Well, let's finish up Hereditary.
Yeah,
'cause-
Okay.
I definitely
also
have
gotta-
that. I agree.
I'm going to be pretty mad at him for that one, too.
Okay.
So let's continue.
So as it continues on,
It's building dread. The seance goes down.
the seance, that part,
was wild.
the most powerful part in that whole movie is the part where they walk in the kitchen and that dude is naked, just like.
That's way past the seance,
Yeah.
though.
But that is the most powerful part in the whole movie. Is what I'm trying to say.
But you're the only one out of every single person I know that's seen that movie. I've talked to people at multiple stores. I've talked to my friends back home. You're literally the only one with a bad opinion of the movie.
You know what's funny?
You need some self-reflection there, Bubs.
It's because my dad was the same way, and my mom used to say the same things. Like, oh, don't even. He hates every movie he watches. That's what she'd always say about my dad.
You know what is nice, though? Scotty will someday find a movie that he enjoys, and you know it's just going to be a fucking banger.
No, it's going to be terrible.
He's right.
Unless it's like Baby Boss or something.
Baby Boss. I don't watch
yeah.
that one. When I see a banger,
watch that
it's a banger, bro. I mean, I'm telling you that.
What's your favorite movie of all time? I forgot.
Saving Private Ryan, probably.
What's your favorite horror movie of all time?
That's a good question.
You even like horror movies? Is this,
Yeah.
This is
I like watching horror movies.
Wait. This is going to be a testament of like what Scotty's basis for greatness is.
Let me think about that. I'll come back to that. I have to think about it. My favorite, the best movie I think that's ever been made is Forrest Gump. That's my opinion for best movie ever made.
No,
mediocre. It's great, but
it was good.
It was not mediocre.
No, it's
actually.
a mediocre answer because so many people have picked Forrest Gump.
No, I honestly think that's what.
But anyway, Hereditary, the slow build with the noises, the score, it just gets creepier and creepier. The kid knocking himself out on his desk, like.
I really wish, like I said, I really wish I wouldn't have seen that in the trailer.
But the climax of that movie, that last 15 minutes, was some of the craziest cinema I've ever seen. Did you not agree that the way they did Toni Collette to never jump scare, but always be
I agree with that.
creepily and float
You're
away.
expecting it. You're expecting her to jump out and attack him or something.
But then you look over and the naked guy's there, and you're like, why the fuck is there a naked guy in the house?
And that all starts piecing itself together too. That was awesome.
I thought one of the creepiest scenes in it is when he gets up in the attic and locks the door, and she's banging her head on the door
100%.
like 1,000 miles per hour. She's just like, doo, 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 doo. And then she gets upstairs. He realizes there's like cult people around him. Everyone's naked. And then his mom cuts his own head off with a fucking guitar string.
No, it was a piano
string.
She's just like...
She's just
blood
staring
everywhere.
At him. Just
Blood
staring
everywhere.
at him. Like, I'm cutting my head off.
Don't mind me.
You know what? For a second, I thought that the kid, I forget the kid's name, but I thought the kid was going to get away because like he had jumped out, smacked.
I think he died.
He did, yeah. Because
that scene where
at that point is where the little girl's
Charlie.
Charlie's soul, or
Yeah,
I don't even know what to
I
call
wonder
it.
at what point does he die? I wonder if
when
I watched
when he jumped out the window.
Oh, is that
Yeah,
when,
it's
that's
like on
when
his
he's dead?
face.
Okay, that makes sense.
But then you find out that Charlie this whole time is an ancient demon king, and that fucking
That part where she flies up into the like.
I don't get your gripe with that.
Dude, it's so cheesy. She's like, it looks like she was on like a gondola. Like, enjoying my way up here. Looked like she was on strings.
We just beat Scott.
The episode's called Final Episode of Peanut Butter and Triggered.
We murder him on live stream.
All of a sudden, we're the fourth that we take the position as fourth best gore. Gore on gore.com.
We're trending like the most popular live stream right now.
Right.
We're just murdering you.
We get like 10,000 downloads to this one.
We tell the cops what's up. He's like, I get it. You're free to go.
Hereditary was pretty
Hereditary was.
That was my only gripe with the only gripe in that whole movie I had was I couldn't really understand how Charlie was King Paimon. Was I saying that right? Paimon?
I don't know.
Paimon, I think.
I don't know.
But if she was King Paimon, who is now the boy, why would that soul not have the awareness that it's just this ancient demon king? Why did this cult have to tell the child that he was the resurrected King Paimon? Like, why would he just know?
That's a good point. I don't know.
The worst part of the whole movie is the part where the dad catches on fire because it looks so cheesy. It's just like, ugh.
Are you kidding
it was like a
I
dummy.
didn't think it looked cheesy at all.
I thought that
so
was really
cheesy.
well done.
It was pretty impressive.
surprising,
when she,
too.
Yeah, definitely surprising when she throws that thing and he's like, ah!
Yeah.
I done goofed.
Yeah, the whole movie was dope. Watch it. Don't ever listen to Scotty's opinion on anything because he'll recommend you chicken tenders and Forrest fucking Gump.
Forrest Gump is the best movie ever made, so I don't care what you think, friend.
Well, anyway, so let's if we're done with that part, Halloween, the remake, which Jay saw a long time ago, that I just recently watched.
And that I recently watched too.
One of the best horror movies again I've ever seen. That movie played such homage to the original Halloween. My favorite
Definitely.
part in that whole movie was this is where he got me. The score, they really stuck to the original score for about halfway through until...
No, actually, you said that you turned and told Callie we weren't going to be friends anymore because of
That's
Hereditary.
right.
It wasn't. It was because
It was
of Halloween.
Because I was already mad about Hereditary. And then Halloween was just the icing on the fucking Scott cake. And, but yeah, so they use the original score for most of the movie. They have a lot of impactful scenes. But when the new generation, who's never come across Michael, the youngest daughter, finally meets him and she's running down the street trying to get in the houses, they have this new updated score. And it's like, and he said it sounded like it was the fucking scene in Halloween where Home Alone where Kevin McAllister's getting ready for the bandits to come. He said the music was exactly the same.
No,
I actually want to listen to that again.
I said it was similar. Here, I'll show you right now.
All right.
Well, it was so cool. It was like very heavy synth driven. It was because the original score.
Sure.
This one was kind of like subtle, and then it would just go. And it was this really visceral sound, kind of like on The Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah.
Remember the scene where they first enter the RV, and it's just like, bah, bah.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck, this is scary, like suspenseful. It was really, really good.
I might want to watch that movie again, by the way. Maybe I ought to give it another chance. That creeped me the fuck out, though, The Hills Have Eyes.
You're not showing our text third to the whole world, are you?
No.
I talked some shit on this.
About our listeners? How dare you?
No, not our listeners. People in our...
No, but there's it's basically like a really stringy... I don't know how to describe it.
Search it on YouTube, bro.
Yeah, why didn't you just do that, you fool? Well, I thought the coolest part was
because
when...
it was actually hard to find it originally. Here it is. Okay.
Okay, never mind.
All right. So this...
Is that it?
Yeah, this is it right here.
Oh.
So this is the song from Home Alone right here.
Merry Christmas.
Listen to this part.
Isn't that just a Christmas Carol?
This part. It's like, dude. And now
Oh, okay.
we listened to the Halloween theme, and I was like, it reminded me of it. It's playing in a second.
Sound like Goosebumps.
This sounds a little bit like
It was
Goosebumps
like
too.
a revamped version of the original score. And you gotta hear the, how dare you?
I didn't mean to stop it. You calm down. You check.
Yo, what's wrong with that?
I just said.
Let's take and hear the actual synth hit.
Okay.
When
That's cool.
She's running and like,
I didn't say it wasn't
cool.
cool.
Michael's on her 6, like,
Yeah.
I simply declared it reminded me of the Home Alone
and he
soundtrack.
basically said Halloween the whole movie. Meh.
Halloween was okay.
Well, okay, what grade would you give Hereditary, first of all?
Let's see.
A C? Mm-hmm. Oh my god, okay. Now what would you give Halloween?
A C.
See you later, dude.
Yeah, can we just quit this thing? It's over.
Well, I disagree wholeheartedly with both of your grades. I gave them both A's.
I gave them both A's.
No, I wasn't talking to you, Neb.
Oh, cool.
I was talking to Scotty Doo.
If I rephrase, if I rate Halloween, it's a C. But if you compare it like to the old movie, how it's a fan homage, it's definitely like a B or a B plus. I understand that it's a good fan homage to the original Halloween. Like the music's really good.
Standalones are great. It's great.
Yeah, if that was the first entry in Halloween, sold.
I love the idea that they threw away
2 through the rest.
I love that idea.
I think that was probably a good call.
You know why it was a good call? You know why it was a good movie? Because Danny McBride and David Gordon Green wrote it. And comedy people, for some reason, could just lace up horror movies better than anyone else.
Same Michael Myers, too. The same guy who played Michael Myers.
I know.
Yeah, it's kind of neat.
Super dope. And that guy directed a bunch of movies that were like kids' movies. I
Wow,
looked at
weird.
his Wikipedia. It was like a ton of movies. I'm like...
Raven said that she didn't like... Raven didn't like the ending to Hereditary. But she liked
part.
Halloween.
That was like what buttoned it all up, I thought.
Yeah, the climax was the whole reason you watched the whole thing.
Well, at the end of
Got a message there.
Cool.
at the end of Halloween, you find out the whole time they were going to trap him in that room. Wow.
I thought that was one of the coolest parts where the mom, not Jamie Lee Curtis, but the mom was like freaking out and like crying and
I agree with
sobbing,
that.
and then she like did the old double cross and
Oh, that was so dope.
fucked him up.
She's like,
Yeah.
I agree with
Yeah.
that. There's like a part where they're like looking at him and he's just like, it's just a blank face, and they're
Right.
like close it on him, and he's obviously has no emotion.
Right.
But it was really cool just to see the mask. It's just like,
You know, one of the
done
coolest
good.
things that John Carpenter did for the original in this, he doesn't credit Michael Myers as Michael Myers. He's credited as the shape. Because you never see Michael's face. The mask is so blank and like just, flat.
Shatnery.
So it gives it this extra layer of scariness to know. You just call it like that song that we just listened to is called The Shape Hunts Allison. And like when you just know it, it's this entity. It's no longer a person. You take the human out of it, that makes it even scarier. John Carpenter's genius.
I think that the new Halloween movie added a little bit of depth to the shape. They reframe him as just a deranged person who's just a psychopath. He has no emotion.
He's the embodiment of evil.
Yeah.
That's what the guy literally says.
Evil.
The part that I thought was really cool too was the rest stop scene. That was awesome. You
got
got a little bit of a teaser in the trailer where Michael drops all the teeth.
So fucking creepy.
That's like the moment I think that just adds like the most dread, because you know that woman's not getting out of there alive.
So 2 interesting things that lead me to believe there's definitely going to be a sequel. Number 1, we never saw the British guy get killed. He fell down in the corner. Remember, he just like punched him a bunch and slammed his head into the door? Never saw him die. He's not even credited as getting killed if you read, well, not credited. In the film, they never write him off completely.
Right.
It never says he was murdered. It just says he's attacked. You never see Michael burning. In that room at the very end, there's the music going on. Danny McBride has already said, if the fans receive Halloween well, we will entertain a sequel. So I like that they left it open.
Yeah.
Because the guy who didn't get killed might have this like revenge mission or something because his partner got killed and he couldn't protect her.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's cool to think there might be a little bit of a continuation.
And well done on the writing to be able to leave it open for a sequel too. Because I mean, standalone, it could totally just be a good ending by itself. But like, if they decide to do a sequel, I'd be all for it.
I would just love to see another one. Like,
yeah.
I don't want to end it with that.
Yeah, when I watched that, I thought about the fact that like pretty much every other Halloween movie ends with him dying.
Yeah.
Dying, quote unquote.
We usually see him like where he
gets shot and goes down the river or whatever. And
but you never actually they don't pick up a body.
Yeah.
The one they do, he gets up.
Because the next movie starts and they like go into the basement and they're like, "There's no body."
I just can't think of another slasher movie. Like I wish that I liked older slasher. I could think of an older slasher movie I like just as much, but I can't. That was my favorite slasher movie I think I've ever seen. I like the original Halloween. I like some of the Friday the 13th movies, but the only other one that I think would be could be considered one of my favorites was Silent Night, Deadly Night.
I don't think I ever saw that.
It's this guy who was obsessed with Santa. I forgot why. And he gets sent to this insane asylum, and he gets out, and he dresses up as Santa and just starts murdering everyone in this town.
I saw that. I thought it was like a Netflix original or something. I couldn't take it seriously.
Anyways, so what's going on, dude?
What's going on, dude?
This kid's going down the sled at one point, and he's like, wee! And it's like a tunnel.
Lops his head off.
Yeah, he jumps in the middle of the sled.
With what? Like a machete or
he
something?
farts.
No, he carries an axe. He carries a fire axe.
Oh,
nice.
That's
Weapon
his
of choice.
thing. Okay. I thought of what my favorite horror movie is.
Yeah.
Drum roll, please.
Paranormal Activity.
Oh.
There it is.
I didn't say it was the best. It's just my favorite.
That's your favorite, though.
Yeah.
So it's the best in your opinion.
That scene where she's just standing there and the clock's just like she's standing there just like staring.
That's such like an Austin horror movie to like. Like Austin would love. Saw Paranormal Activity. Literally scared the shit out of me, bro.
I like found footage films. I really do. Blair Witch Project. I really like that movie.
I didn't mind Blair Witch. I thought it was a good one.
Anything that innovates is going to be good to an extent, even if I don't like it.
I think it's powerful when you don't see it.
Oh, then you love Bird Box then, right?
Literally.
No. Bird Box I didn't love.
We've already talked about that pretty in depth.
Did we on this podcast?
Yeah, because it was all of us had finally seen it,
Yeah.
like last week or the week before.
Didn't we have like a top 5 list? Me and you, Neb.
Of what?
Oh yeah, in the group chat. Remember you? That's a good call. See if you can find it. Because remember we were going over our top 5s and said we might want to talk about that on the next episode. Damn it, we should have had that one prepared.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah. Well, I remember a few of them, like just to throw around a few.
I just see me
We were talking about horror. Jacob's Ladder is one you were talking about.
Yeah, dude, Jacob's Ladder is like one of those that doesn't get a lot of praise. And
It Follows, 28 Days Later.
Yeah.
It Follows is definitely up there. There it is, Jacob's Ladder.
Oh, I did really like the new It. The new It is up there with one of my favorite horror movies ever because I just thought, like, it opens up with that kid, like, oh, don't you want your boat, what's his name, Charlie? His name Charlie?
Yeah,
Georgie, don't you want your boat? And it's just like, he like goes to reach in, and it just rips off his arm. Super powerful.
Yeah.
So my top
we
5,
shared a few of them, actually. Go ahead.
My top 5 was The Thing, number 1, Alien, Child's Play, Hereditary, and Dead Alive.
Wait a minute. No, you said Aliens? Because you said that was
Alien.
Oh, okay.
Alien was
Alien
like
isn't a horror
sci-fi,
movie.
but almost pure horror. It's just set in a sci-fi setting.
I liked Aliens.
Yeah, and we had a disagreement with this because it's a fucking action blockbuster that's got a couple scary parts.
Still
Aliens
horror.
definitely horror. Aliens too, or Aliens. I guess I agree.
Yeah.
It's like an action movie.
Yeah,
No,
it's an
it's-
action movie that's
no
got
way,
some scary
dude.
elements.
Yeah.
It's literally an action movie.
Cool.
Game
whatever.
over, man. Game over. We're fucked now, dude.
And then mine in no particular order were a lot of the same ones. I put The Thing in there. I put Get Out.
Yes, The Thing is super good.
Yeah.
Get Out was okay.
The Exorcist. Oh, you
Scotty
Get Out,
can't
Scotty.
he can't like Get Out because of his racism.
Oh, that's right. Then you get a
fine.
pass for racism.
I get a pass for racism.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, Thing, Get Out, Exorcist,
The
Aliens,
ending
and
to
Halloween.
Get Out was just so weak.
You're so weak.
You don't like any
something
movie that's been
something
well
cool
known
was
for the
gonna
black
happen
culture.
or something like. No, it has nothing to do
Black
with that.
Panther? Ugh, Get Out, no way.
It has nothing to do with the black culture thing.
What's
It's
a
just
white heart?
the part at the end where like, what? Well, what happened? Well, we were just taking brains and moving them from one body to another. Like, whoa.
No one saw it coming.
Yeah, you really got me there.
Sky
Fred.
literally about Hereditary. It was like if the writer's point was to have people not know anything. Well, no, he said if the writer's point was to have people confused about what was going on until the end, they succeeded. I was like, yeah, that was the fucking goal. Like that's the point of that movie.
Like walk out just completely
Well,
confused.
on top of it, to build dread, like during the whole thing, the whole point.
I want to
of the movie is
slam
build
my
dread.
head on this desk like she was that attic door. Just
Yeah.
dum, 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 dum.
We gave honorable mentions. I think the honorable mentions go to like Hereditary, 28 Days
That was
Later,
yours.
It Follows, and Jacob's Ladder. Because I think a lot of the parts on like Jacob's Ladder that gave way to a lot of other like newer horror movies were like, you know, when like somebody's like shaking their head and it's
Like 1,000 miles per
Yeah.
hour.
It's
Yeah.
like a long exposure
Yeah.
with like a time lapse. It's I think they combine the two.
Yeah, they're the ones that actually did it the first time, and then the whole time you're thinking it's one thing and it's a complete other thing.
The
That
ending to
movie,
Jacob's Ladder was pretty fucking crazy.
I need to
and,
watch
you know,
that
it,
one.
it made me really reflect on like what the hell is going on
I
too,
need to
because
watch
like
that
you
one.
try to go and like pick apart little like Easter eggs during the whole movie. It was really well done.
Should that be our movie that we watch and talk about next week?
I highly recommend it. And Tim Robbins, is his name Tim Robbins?
Yeah, always a stellar performance.
Yeah,
Alright.
but the other thing too is like I would never have expected him to be as good as he was in that movie, and he was brilliant in that movie.
Well, you guys heard it here. The movie that we're going to watch this week and that we're going to talk about next week in depth,
Yeah.
including cinematography, is Jacob's Ladder. The last thing we wanted to talk about as we kind of wrap up is the Fire Festival documentary. That's the one
Yeah.
we were talking about earlier.
Terrifying.
Yeah. So this is a documentary that recently came out on Netflix, and apparently there's one on Hulu,
Yeah,
which I
Fire
haven't
Fraud.
watched.
I've watched both. Have
Yeah,
you?
I haven't watched Fire Fraud yet.
It just my theory. I think it's pretty well known. Fuck Jerry Media had a lot to do with the Netflix one because the Hulu one painted him in a pretty bad light.
So if
So
you
in the Netflix one, they look pretty decent people. Like they didn't know what was going on. The Hulu one makes them look like they had way more insight into how shitty this thing was going down, and because they were
The whole lot, like the
just
whole
Fuck Jerry
everybody.
Media. Everyone, because they get the guy that got fired from Fuck Jerry and interview him about
Yeah.
what happened because they don't interview him in the Netflix one. And he's like, dude,
Was his name like Mark? Like
I can't remember his name, but it's cool to see the bias in the Netflix one that you don't get in the Hulu.
Wow.
one. So you should watch it.
I think I'm gonna go home and watch that immediately after this.
yeah, for those of you who haven't had an opportunity to watch Fire, when was it? What year
It was
it?
last year. So
Was it last year? That's
yeah,
how early it was. Wow.
it was pretty recently. So basically, a guy named Billy McFarland reached out to Ja Rule.
His name
because
would
he
be
was,
Billy McFarland.
Yeah, because he was trying to put on like a birthday or some sort of event, and he wanted to book Ja Rule. And I guess Ja Rule was involved with some other company that made it easy to book stars for like
That's
normal
the whole
gigs.
point of what the Fire was.
Right, and then during that time,
Which is
Billy
actually a cool idea. Sorry, I just want to interrupt. That's a cool idea.
and then
Billy.
Yeah, whatever. So then, like the while that was happening, Billy McFarland was also like in charge of this like shitty elitist like credit card company called Magnesis, and so
Such a stupid name.
yeah, it's literally like you pay these like insane like surcharges or dues in order to get like perks for being fucking rich. Anyway, so then they get together. They decide let's put on this like really cool luxury music festival that we'll call it Fire Festival. Their plan was to get Pablo Escobar's like old island, his old private island. Get a bunch of people on like
They
private
fucking
jet.
had it.
Yeah, they had it. It's just funny. So I recommend to go out and watch it. And I just want to rip my hair out like every turn of that documentary because you see it crumbling almost from the start, and then the pure arrogance of Billy McFarland and Ja Rule and the entire company, with a few exceptions, but I guess that's actually because of the bias.
Yeah, well, watch it and get your own opinion on that. That's what I gathered.
And it's FYRE.
Dude, it's funny. Someone said Billy McFarland was Brendan Dassey if he had money. Like, he says, yeah, we can do it. Like, he was told he needed 12 months for this thing to work, and they had to do it in 8 weeks. It was doomed from the start, and every time people would say
that was a minimum, the 12 months. That was very
The architects were like, if we can make this work, we need 12 months.
To make something that wild happen, you need time, and they just rush. And then every time someone would be like, "Dude, we got to stop it. We got to postpone it. We got to cancel it." And Billy would be like, "Hey, be positive, right? Positive vibes, get positive results."
I'll talk about this real quick because I think it will pique people's interest. The best part of that whole film is when he goes to that guy and he's like, "Hey, man. I know you're gay. You got to take one for the team."
Wait. Let them watch that part because the way that guy explains it,
yeah,
I thought it was a joke at first.
Me too.
It was completely not a joke.
What?
Yeah.
I still to this day think
it was a mishap that they couldn't get their water for the festival attendees.
His Evian.
Yeah, his Evian.
But I think Billy McFarland, to this day, does not think he did anything wrong. I think he thinks that he was going out on a limb and he was trying something new, and that's how anything big, you have to take risks to create it. I literally think in his head he thinks he has done not one thing wrong. And if you watch the whole documentary, especially at the aftermath, and you see how things are handled, you will be like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
This guy is a complete con artist, but even towards the end of the documentary where he hires some guy to basically spam people and take their money, he is an expert at scamming people and getting their money somehow, some way.
Yeah, it's crazy.
These stupid rich kids who don't have to worry about
no one
money,
feels bad about them either.
Disposable income.
Oh, I saw this article and this guy was like, I won a ticket to this thing because it was like a work raffle, so I didn't have a dog in the race anyway, so when I got there I was like, this is kind of chill, and like watching these rich kids just kind of fall apart. He's like, I gotta be honest with you, it's probably one of the best weekends of my life.
I wouldn't pay to go there, but I would enjoy myself seeing these people tear each other apart.
Dude,
to a certain extent.
Pretty miserable. Like that, them being locked in that airport, like I would have been freaking out.
Don't get me wrong, I still feel bad for everybody that spent their money to go and enjoy a music festival and didn't even get anything close. I feel the worst for the locals.
Dude, they just got totally shit all over.
Yeah, that's the worst.
The chick who ran that restaurant,
now she got $100,000.
What?
They did a GoFundMe. Dude, she spent.
Oh, she spent
50.
like $1,000. She spent more than that. She only dipped $50,000 into her own savings account.
Well, either way, they did a GoFundMe, and I checked last week, it was like $100,000.
Yeah.
So
well, after the documentary came out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So who knows what kind of expenses and interest it's accrued. Ja Rule still only issued an apology and said that he was bamboozled. Oh man, not if you see. The funny thing is that they shot themselves in the foot by documenting all of this on video and having this available for these documentarians to be able to put together.
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy to think about.
I agree. 100% agree.
Check them both out.
Go watch them.
Get your opinions.
Yeah.
All right, we're down to shout outs. Our big money winners are going to be Kat. Shout out Kat. Shout out to Robbie, and shout out to our boy Jacob.
And Jacob, what's up?
What about that guy?
Oh, shout out to Patrick too.
Jeez,
hey
you're
nerds.
welcome, Patrick.
Shout out to other big listeners. Raven, she's always a really good listener. Dodes, he's been really great. And Phil actually is a really huge listener of ours, and he was
Philadelphia, what's up?
Very excited for this podcast because he went and he watched. He was one of the people who went and watched Hereditary specifically because he listened to the podcast. I don't know. We should ask him.
Yeah. What's up, Phil?
He was like, He actually was upset we missed last week, and he's like, dude, I'm really excited to hear what you guys have to say. Yeah. So shout out to Phil too.
Neb, give your shout outs.
Shout out to me for my idea to create a dubstep song only using the noises Scott makes. It's going to be a big hit in the EDM community. I'm really excited to put that out there and get that content out. So I'm just going to do me today. Thanks.
Wow, that was it?
Oh, no. Shout out to my mom for following us on Instagram.
Yeah.
My mom actually listens because I live really far away from home and she doesn't get to see me. So she likes to hear my voice. So I love you, Ma Dukes. Miss you.
Shout out Ben's mom. Shout out Javad. Shout out to my sister Patricia. She's actually a really devout listener.
Shout out to her.
Devout, huh?
Yeah.
Religious,
dude. I promise you. And then I guess shout out to Triple Option. Those guys are really good support for me to be able to like give my creative outlet in sports. So shout out to them. Shout out to Kevin. It's not my cousin. Kevin. He's hooked us up with our stickers, and we might have some more stuff coming out in, I don't know, maybe the next few weeks or so.
Definitely.
High quality, low price.
And that's it.
Shout out also, I guess, to my wife and my son. I have to say that. So, everyone.
You just have to say that. It's genuine.
I specifically said that because of AC.
Shout out AC.
All right, bye, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Later. Now we're muted, but they